Welcome to the Killjoy After Party.
Think the fun is over once you quit drinking?
Think again.
We have a booze-free beverage shop in Nashville, and we hear stories from our customers all the time about how much better life is after booze.
And we're excited to share these stories with you.
And since this is Nashville, you bet your ass
We're making it musical.
Yeah, it tastes like sunshine, like a real good time, lifting my mood and it brightens my day. Gonna rise and go, no alcohol, get my sparkle roll. Yeah. Gonna rise and go, no alcohol.
Right.
So how do you guys know each other?
Prison. No, we just, I don't know, mutual homies, probably 8 years ago or something, a long time ago. Maybe
it's been a while.
I moved here 2015, so almost 10 years, but I feel like I met you within the first 2 or 3 years of being here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure, but about 8 years sounds about right.
And your name is Elliott Blaufuss?
It is.
Is that how you say it?
Blaufuss. Yeah, however you want to. I feel like it got flattened in America, but maybe Blaufuss was like the German. Born and raised in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And like I said, I've been here about 10 years. I went on the road when I was 17. I did that for about 16 years.
Wow.
Pretty intensively. And then I kind of started getting off the road in 2019. My life was kind of shifting that way, but the road is a tempting mistress, and I couldn't cut the ties, but COVID did that for me, and then it set the boat in a new direction. And I've really been enjoying being in town more. I mean, I've always kind of been a performer, so it's still nice to have that, but you get to work on a lot more music, working in the studio. So I've been doing that, songwriting around town. I mean, the first 5 years I was here, we wrote together, but I wrote with everyone I could, and it's a little more select these days. I kind of write with people that me and my buddies are producing. So it's a little more like it has a lane. I love Italian sandwiches. They're hard to find in Middle Tennessee, but they can be had.
Where's the spot? I got to know. Where's the spot?
The new spot I found, I believe, is called Delmonico's. If it's not, that's a good name. Anyway, they should maybe change it to that. It's up in Gallatin. It's like on the town square, right across from the courthouse. It's awesome. It's great.
Okay. Have you been to Bill's Sandwich Palace yet?
Wait, is Bill's the old school one downtown, or is that a newer one on the east side?
The new one.
Where Sweet 16
I have not been to
used
that
to be.
one.
Nor have I, but I do follow them on Instagram. They give me all my Sammy porn.
Yep. There's, have you been to Fat Belly Pretzel or something?
I have.
They have some nice muffalettas over there.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like they have sandwiches too, but it's like a pretzel place. I don't know. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a little confusing, but it's nice.
I had a sandwich that was so big, I was kind of mad at it. Like, it was like impossible to eat. Like, I was just like, I don't know what to do with this.
The length or the girth?
The width. Because, you can only eat, like when it's like, okay.
Wow.
You can get part of it in your mouth,
Right.
but not, you want all those flavors, combined.
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's not,
Yep.
I don't
Yeah.
know. So, but
I
it
get it.
was delicious. I just wanted
They're
to,
good.
deconstruct it and eat it like a salad or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool too.
I'm a big ratios guy when it comes to Sammy's. The ratios have got to be right.
Life is all about balance. I used to go crazy with the meats. There's no need to go crazy with the meats. A little bit of meat,
You said you were a performer. What do you play? Do you sing? Do you dance? What are you doing when you're on the road?
I do all of those things.
Okay.
I sing and I play. I have my own music out.
Okay.
Used to be a little more soul, R&B and things, but I've always put out like Americana songwriter music. It's more of that these days. I'm a multi-instrumentalist, so I play different instruments. I grew up playing like woodwinds. My dad was a guitar player, so then just different things along the way. And then I was actually a dancer. I was like a weird kid. I was like, how do I say it? I was good for bullying. I wanted to be a tap dance. I love jazz. I would wear like fedoras. I had gel in my locker and I would comb my hair and people were like, let's beat the shit out of that kid. I saw like the movie Tap with Gregory Hines when I was young and I was like, I love this,
Yeah.
And so I got into tap dancing and then I had to do ballet and all the other stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I've known you for a while, and I feel like I've known a lot of things about you, but I didn't realize that. Huh.
Yeah, it's not cool. I play the accordion and I tap dance. Like,
I did know that.
Yeah, you did mention woodwinds, which like I don't hear that come up casually in conversation a lot.
yeah, I try to hide these parts of myself that I'm ashamed of.
No,
actually,
this is authenticity. We're all about it.
for sure. And as I continue on in my life, you got to embrace the things. Everyone wants to be the front person or the guitar ripper or whatever, but like you got to find your niches in this world. I do love playing organ and piano and stuff. I always play keyboards or lately I've been getting all these calls to play like flute and saxophone on weird East Nashville indie records.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting a fair amount of work as that. And like, I'll take whatever I can get. And I used to, have some idea about myself, but I think you have to be open to what the universe thinks of you, what you can add to it in your way.
I love that.
Can I expand upon that just real quick?
Do it.
Yes.
Jeff Taylor has been very kind to me. He's one of the premier accordionists in the world. And he's like the guy in town. He played with the Time Jumpers for years. And I mean, he does like all the Pixar stuff. And he's the guy. And I met him years ago when we first had a coffee or something. And he was like upstate New York jazz guy. And then he came here and he was like, I'm not going to do jazz, but I'm like a piano guy. That's what I do. I like play this instrument. I'm moving it on and carrying it forward and all that stuff. A guy that was older than him and a little bit of a mentor to him said, do you have an accordion? He was like, yeah, I played when I was a kid, like in my dad's like polka band, but like, that's not cool. And he was like, get one. If you don't have one, I have a session for you on Thursday. And he was like, okay. And he opened his mind to being something else. And he is now, he got flown to Italy recently to play with Dylan on his last record. You don't do that by being closed-minded and thinking only of what you are. There's a lot of like aha moments, but that was a good one to be like, find your niche, find what you're good at, what people want you for, and be that. So yes to tap dance, yes to accordion, yes to flute. I embrace all those things. And I don't get bullied much anymore.
So we're curious about your alcohol-free journey. How long have you been alcohol-free?
3 years and 9 months.
Okay, I'm October of 2020. I was like, that's about the same as me.
Yeah, all these shifts in life happened there. And if you were on maybe some sort of decent, well-lit path, you would make it through all right. And if you were on a path that was going towards the dark woods, I was going into those dark woods faster. And that's what a lot of people I've talked to did. I mean, something had to break. Just, like a shuttle coming into atmosphere, like everything is just rattling and bolts are coming out. Like something is going to happen, and that can go a number of ways. And I'm very lucky for whatever reason that I was able to stop drinking and find that. But that was part of me trying to get off the road in 2019. I could talk at length about how I was playing like unbelievable venues, historic venues. The bill was all these great bands and everyone at the top of their field. And I was just miserable. It was all I'd ever wanted to do. And then at some point I was just there and miserable. I didn't know how I got there. It's fun at first, a couple beers. And then 16 years later, I can't survive without it. Like my parents come out to see me in New York and I'm drinking in front of my mom at like noon, like drinking whiskey. It's like, I don't even want to do it. I just have to get through,
Yeah.
And so it got away from me. And that was part of me realizing I need to make a change. I was just trying to get off the road. I wasn't thinking I needed to get sober. But now with 3 years behind me, I just went out on the road and did a couple like shows on a bus and slept on a bus for the first time since I got sober. And it shows me that I can do that. I can do that now and I could be happy doing that. But it's taken a long time to get there.
Thank you. I imagine it was like very normalized on the road for people to be drinking all the time.
It's just there. It's around and it sounds like a write-off. I mean, a lot of people on the road, a lot of artist types are unbalanced. I'm not trying to speak for other people, but those have always been my favorite people. Those are the best people. Those are the best artists. Everything comes from friction, pain, suffering. And then add no balance with drugs and alcohol being available with time to kill.
Yeah.
Time to kill, time to kill, time to kill. I think when I probably started drinking more, I don't know, I took another ramp up is we would, was with the group and we were opening for Kelly Clarkson for like a long time. And we were first of three or maybe sometimes second of three. But when you're first of three or first of four even, you play like 20 minutes or 25 minutes. She would never do 2 shows back to back. Our rider had like 5 bottles of booze on it. The other guys didn't drink that much. And all you have to do is put your keyboard on a stand in the afternoon, be sober enough to do that, plug 2 things into it. And then when it's showtime, move it on stage, play 20 minutes, and that's it. Maybe you'll have 2 days off after that. And like, couldn't have access to my gear to play. Now I could have gotten more, I could have like gotten a guitar and brought it to my room, but I had drinking to do.
Yeah.
You said you recently went on the road. Did you have any like new rituals that you kind of do to kind of help kill the time or?
Yeah, I only did 3 days on the road. So it was like a very nice little toe dip. I don't know. Everyone, is still mingling around, hanging in parking lots, having a drink or whatever. But like, it was easy to just be with them and not be drinking. Mm-hmm. I've had some freedom from the obsession, like a lot of it, to where I can hang with people and it doesn't even really cross my mind. One thing I'll say about that is also something about traveling in airports. Like I was having 5 drinks at the airport, like no matter what time my flight was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was just nerves of traveling or something. And I'm not nervous of flying. I would just do it. It was just like, oh, I got to go out. And so we're having drinks. And so, that's $87
right.
at the airport, 4 or 5 drinks. I had to really change a lot of like my patterns early on, triggering things like flying or like playing a show or like after the show, go find candy is the fucking answer to that.
Yeah.
Where's the candy man? I'm the candy man now. Like now and laters are on me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
They're around.
What was the hardest part of not drinking?
Everything. Losing my identity. I was like a Jameson Irish whiskey guy. I don't know. It's all this identity thing, but drinking was a huge part of my identity. At first, it's physical. For the first month, for me, it was very physical. And then I'm just trying to hear things from people who were helping me. That takes a while. And then you're able to kind of zoom out a little bit. And then part of what I do is it has to turn over into something else. One of my favorite quotes of all time is, alcoholics are seekers on the wrong path.
Damn.
Whatever it is that you are lacking, or I was lacking or fear of living or of being myself or whatever, I'm looking to hide it. I'm looking for something else. I think it's about finding out your connection to the universe. And you can call that God, which I've had a problem with that word since my like Catholic upbringing. It's about like seekers on the wrong path. Maybe that's something inside of you has been trying to connect to something larger than yourself. So turning it from life is pretty much all about me and needing to survive and needing to get to the end of the day. That doesn't have to be my way anymore. Once a year or two, I'm able to be a little bit more firm in my life. I can start like thinking about other people. And this is not to be patting my own back, but I wanted to help other people. I would go to homeless shelters drunk and pack food, and then they would all ride in a shuttle together. But I would drive to the bar in between, like 10 minutes, have 3 more drinks, and then go pass out food at the Capitol drunk. I wanted to help people, but you can't do that until you can help yourself. And so all of this is about being less about me and being more a part of everything. Being a part of everything, as I'm learning from smart people and good teachers that I have, is about love and acceptance and all the things that we've all heard. And I think know deep down in our hearts that is the right thing to do, continuing to connect with the spiritual side of life. There's material and spiritual. Mm-hmm. Then in there was like my addiction somewhere.
I think I heard a similar kind of concept from, I think it was Kristen Bear, but she's basically said, alcohol starts as like a way to connect with other people. We go out and use it in social situations, but then it just ends up becoming an isolating thing and like a very seclusion and a seclusive thing. And that's the only thing that kind of works for you, and it cuts you off from the rest of the world, essentially, from your spirituality, from society, everything, you know?
Just that sentence you said could also be applied to social media and your phone in ways from just ordering an Amazon package. Then you're not at the mall talking to the clerk. I was listening to a puppy training thing yesterday, and I was like, you know, my parents used to go to puppy training classes. You have to be with people there. It's a lot of little ways. Anyway, drinking is the same way. I was able to like cut myself off slowly.
I'm curious about the identity piece. Was there a point where your identity switched over from feeling like I'm a drinker, that's part of my identity, to identifying as something else? Because for me, that was something that was really challenging because I didn't want to identify as an alcoholic, but I think that that is a piece that helps people make that transition in their mind. So like for me, identifying as alcohol free and publicly, it helped me like shift away from that. But I'm not sure exactly when it happened, whether it happened like before I actually did it or some point down the road once I had evidence that I could do it.
I can't say I know when the shift was. I would guess maybe like a year and a half to 2 years in. First of all, these things that you're talking about is accepting that I was an alcoholic. And that was the biggest thing. Mm-hmm. And that took me a long time. And I remember when I kind of crossed that, I had like a moment with that where I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm an alcoholic. Yeah. And so I remember that. But then the rest of it, it's interesting. It's such a gradual shift, you know? Now I am very proud to be on the other side. There was a time when, you know, you try to trick yourself or something and you're like, oh, I'm never fun. I'm a killjoy. But there's nothing that I would give to drink today. You know, you maybe trick yourself. Oh, I'll clean up for a little bit. But like I've shifted over. I've gone over to that other place that you're talking about where I am a person who doesn't drink and proud to be it. I don't talk about it unless it's brought up to me. And that's just kind of how I was taught, or how people who've been helping me have taught me.
Yeah. Something that we're really trying to do is talk about it, because I think so many people have a misconception that the other side is bleak, you know, and I think the truth when all the people that come into our shop and that we talk to all the time is that life is infinitely better.
Absolutely. Incomparable. I have this puppy that was thrust in my life. And when I was drinking, I wouldn't have killed the puppy. I would have been able to keep the puppy alive, I'm pretty sure. But I wouldn't have been able to wake up at 3 a.m. and take it out like I did last night. Not a chance.
Yeah.
That's one of a million things, but just gradual shifts. Shifts about priorities, you know, what you make time for. Turns out you have a lot more money and time when you don't have to stay drunk.
But it sounds like you've, you know, been on this journey for a while, definitely longer than I have. Do you have any advice like to people who are just starting or kind of looking to find their way?
And I think if you have musician specific advice, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I'll just say I work a program of recovery. There's many out there, and I work one. And so I have a sponsor through that. And I have a lot of people that I work with, which is how I had to do it. I could not stop drinking on my own. I tried many times throughout the years, and I think the most I ever made it was like 20 days. And all the things that I learned from these people who helped me. For musicians, part of my identity was this like pouring sweat, whiskey drinker, dreadlock idiot person, you know? And I was like, whatever, man, might have been a little crazy. I was fucked up, you know? Which is really a way for me to never say I'm trying my hardest. So if I don't make it, I don't have to ever set myself up for failure because I was never totally there. Oh, I had a couple drinks, man. You know me, you know? So there's that. But early on, I met a couple guys who were musicians, easy to do in Nashville recovery. And I was like, I remember like day 2 or 3, I was like, I'm going to lose my edge. And they were like, you have no idea what you're talking about. They were like, you'll get better. You will be clear. You'll be present. Now there was like stuff I used to do on stage. Like we were in a band and like we would like have camo thongs on underneath and tear our pants off and like jump onto tables and all crazy shit. Like maybe booze helped me do some of that, but I just played on this gig and I had to climb all over this stuff and run around, and like I did all that shit without booze. I did it more clearly. I probably looked better doing it without booze. You know, you can still have energy, and so you don't lose your edge.
I love that.
Better.
And that segues perfectly into our next question, which is like, tell us about something that's kind of wild and crazy that you've done sober. I think you just did, but if you have other examples, we're just curious.
Yeah, like that was a good one. I had these slippery boots on, and this show like has a big truck on stage, and they were like, if you want to get up on the top of the truck for your solo at this one point, and the stage went dark, and I was like, fuck it. And I ran up and I couldn't see. And I was like, you know, if I slip, this is like viral. And, you know, you just do it. I drank because booze, a couple drinks get you that sweet spot where you're able to let your guard down. But if I'm confident in myself, I can be in that place all the time. You know, I can still be fun and do crazy shit. I haven't like jumped off of anything recently. I can't think, I was never like a cliff diver kind of guy, you know? So like getting a puppy is a wild and crazy thing.
It is.
Yeah, you're insane, my guy. Yeah. Is there anything else you would like the people to know before we kind of move to our next round?
There's wonderful free help out there if you want it. There's all sorts of people who are willing to give you genuine time and love and energy because of the bond of alcohol and its power, or drugs and their power, you know, whatever your thing is. There's people out there that genuinely are there to like help you.
This is so cool because normally when we're hanging out, we're just cutting up or working on a song or whatever. We never really delved into this topic, so it's nice to see this little side of you. All right. Rapid fire round?
It is time.
It is time.
Yeah.
So you don't think about it, just let it flow. You want to kick it off? You want me to kick it off?
What's your favorite color?
Orange.
Wow. Really?
Favorite animal?
Puppy.
Most listened to genre of music?
I was going to say jazz, but that's maybe not true.
That's fine.
You said
It doesn't have to be
jazz,
true.
Okay.
Favorite band?
Wilco.
Nice. Do you have a favorite alcohol-free drink right now? What you go to?
Soda water with grapefruit and a lemon.
What's your favorite feature of your own face?
Head, nose, beard.
Head.
We're going with head.
Yeah. Favorite nickname for Nashville?
Guitar Town.
Favorite way to move your body?
Round and around.
Favorite candy?
Skittles.
What spice do you use the most when you're cooking?
Zatar. Zatar? Zat.
Yeah. I don't know. There are
Zatar.
3 A's in it. Yeah, I just say Zatar. Do you have a favorite book? Desert Island book?
All the Pretty Horses.
Okay.
I think we got enough.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Now we're going to take everything you've told us and these answers, and we're going to write a song. So this is your song, your little jingle. So we'd love for you to help. I've been taking notes this whole time, so we've already got some stuff to go from. Unfortunately, now I just want your song to be Round and Round by Rat. Was that it?
Oh.
Round and round.
Nice.
Love will find a way, just give it time. No?
Huh.
Sing the entirety of the song. I Trust You on the Rat singles.
So kind of the way we do this is Rude's already on it. We just kind of write the lyrics out first, like write poetry, and then find some melodies over the instrumental bed.
I love it.
I've just been messing around with some of the words that we wrote down.
Sweet.
So here's some bits. We can change them. Fresh beats. Crazy with the meats. Go find the candy. Skittles are dandy. The first thing you said when you got on here was find your light, which I really liked and think applies to everything.
So find your light to me is the cool.
I love it.
That can be the chorusy thing.
Yeah. Maybe we could get the Christian audience with the title. They might just click on it.
Yeah. My whole goal with this podcast is to trick Christians.
Oh, nice. You should maybe change the name of it to that. Oh, no, because then they'd know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, I should. Yeah, we got to edit that out. No,
Tricking
find your light.
Oh, I would keep all that.
Find your light. Blaufuss got the fresh beats. Crazy with the meats.
I mean, we know you're not going crazy with the meats, but it's a little more fun sounding.
It's true. The meats have been more balanced these days.
I mean, you could say less crazy with the meats.
Less crazy with the meats.
That's true.
More crazy
Cut
with
back
the
on-
sweets.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it. Rude got it.
And maybe we just shout out Skittles at some point.
Just yell it in the back like Ja Rule.
Exactly.
Yeah. Blaufuss loves the fresh beats. He cut out the drinks. Less crazy with the meats. Finding balance is key.
That says, before the bolts come out, seekers on the wrong path.
I thought you
going
said
round and round.
Sneakers on the wrong path.
We did now.
That's when you hike off the trail.
Right.
Sneakers on the wrong path.
Into the woods.
Finding balance is key. Everything has to break. Freedom from the obsession.
This is how I want to write all my songs now, with just having people dictate my ramblings.
Yes. Well, I wanted to do where was the bolts? Like a...
He said like a shuttle coming into
Like a shuttle.
atmosphere before the bolts come out. That was the quote. That was the actual quote,
Yeah.
but we can fluff it up.
Finding balance is
Close
key.
quote.
Everything has to break. Like a shuttle coming into the atmosphere. Your booty's got to shake.
Oh, I like
you
that.
go.
Yes.
That booty gotta shake.
Have we used booty in every song?
I do
Probably.
think so. A lot of booty shaking songs.
Yeah, it'd be wise to continue to do that.
So, and I like the chorus being "Find your light, find your light," and I don't know, maybe we'll see. Let's play it and see how it measures out, and then figure out
I
the
love
"Find
it.
your light" bit. All right.
And then we sing Round and Round by Rat.
All right, let me try it again one other time. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh. Elliott Blaufuss really loves the fresh beats, yeah. And he's less crazy since he cut out all the drinks, yeah. Finding balance is the key, 'cause everything has to break. Like a shuttle coming to the atmosphere, your booty's gotta shake. Find your light, hold tight to what feels right. Yeah, yeah. Find your light, hold tight to what feels right. So long.
Oh no, the beat's gone.
Yeah, it faded.
Skittles.
Skittles.
Tropical Skittles.
Sour Skittles.
Ooh, yes.
Wildberry. That's hot.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's-
That's the show.
That's a good show.
Thanks for playing.
Thank you
I
for
love
playing. Thank you for being an inspiration. Thank you for being a collaborator. Thank you for being a friend.
Friend.
Tell people where they can find you in real life and online.
My address is Elliott Blaufuss, 2 L's, 2 T's, last name Blaufuss on all the stuff. I don't know. Just come to East Nashville, and I'm around there. I'm in the middle at a sandwich shop.
Are you working on a project? I saw some little teasers on the social.
Yes, I have an album coming out. And so yeah, I did a record last July, and just getting that out now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. You're the man. I love you. So good
Thank
to
you,
see
guys.
you.
Love you.
Can we say bye to the puppy?
Oh yeah.
Can we
Let me
see
grab
her again?
Nelly, come here, Nelly.
Nellie Wilson.
Both names.
Elliott Wilson, just snoozing away.
She's
Hello,
adorable. All right. Thank you. Bye, Pop.
No problem, guys.
Yeah,
All right, Poppy.
tastes like
Thanks for having me.
sunshine, like a real good